everyone, I'm Yiwu with Xinhua News Agency. I'm now at Yiwu, East China's Zhejiang Province, and it is famous for various kinds of small commodities as well as many foreign citizens, among which there is a Yemeni doctor whose name is Ammar, and this is his 24th year in China. So today we're gonna follow him, and he will take us to visit and experience the digital and medical care, healthcare and service here. So, okay, can you please say hi and introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, this is Ammar Al-Badani. I'm a doctor who works here in the Zhejiang University School of Medicine's 4th affiliated hospital. Welcome to you, and let me show you what we have in our hospital. This is where I work.
Okay, so I guess I have to wear the mask on first, right?
Yeah, sure.
So here I see an ambulance car, and what's special?
Well, this is not an ordinary ambulance car. This is a very special ambulance car. Let me show you what we have in here. This is what we call a 5G ambulance car. Not only mentioning the high equipments that we have in this car. We have the ECG monitors, we have the B ultrasound.
So I figured out there's a pair of glasses. Is there anything different?
Well, these are not ordinary glasses. In this 5G smart ambulance car, we have AR glasses. Once you put on, the doctor puts on these AR glasses and then put on the headphones, then they can free their hands and just focus on saving lives. And what he sees in his eyes actually can be seen and transmitted through 5G technology to the doctors.
The monitor here, right?
Yes, by this monitor can be transmitted in real time to the doctors and experts in the hospital, so they can help and guide him to take the right decision. More than that, they can also know all the condition of the patient before reaching the hospital, so they can also make their own preparations.
Okay, so they can here see the conductions on the screen, right?
That's right. So in the big screen in the hospital, all the things we see by these AR glasses can be transmitted to there. So this is how we make the best of this high equipment 5G smart car.
Oh, so and as you put the earphones on, you can hear from...
You can hear their voices, so they can guide you to take the right decision, and you can ask their questions, and you don't have to use your hands at the same time, recording anything.
So
by
that
voice recording will be enough.
Yeah, so that means you're not fighting alone, right?
That's right. It means that you are in the car, but you are fighting with all these doctors in the hospital. They're supporting you, guiding you, and they're in a whole recognition of the situation for the patient.
A group of people is backing you up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay,
well
cool.
said.
So this will greatly enhance the efficiency when you save the patient, right?
That's right.
And I see the overall is not very big, but it's functionally very well, right?
Yeah, it's still a small ambulance car, but with big functions, with high technology integrated.
Okay. So so let's go into the hospital.
Okay.
And so you as a foreign doctor, what's the nationalities of your patients?
Well, as you know, Yiwu is an international city with more and more foreigners are living here, doing their business and settling down. We have patients from all over the world here. They're coming to the clinic because they will be searching for international service, for a foreign doctor, because sometimes they don't have the Chinese language to communicate. They still have some problems sometimes, when going to ask Chinese doctors. That's why they prefer to come to the international clinic. And that's why I'm here also.
Okay, so how many languages do you speak?
Well, my mother tongue is Arabic, and I speak English and Chinese fluently. So I think my role in here, not only being a good doctor to them, I need also to help them solving some, their life problems sometimes, Yeah. For example, during the epidemic, for example, during, their living here, for asking so many questions, and questions about vaccine and getting vaccinations right now. These things, they need someone to tell them what to do and what to decide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. So they trust you very much, or they believe in you, yeah, especially for the foreign patients.
Yeah, for sure. I believe that people trust their doctors, and because you're helping them, because you're guiding them to do the right things, and they have no one else to ask but you. So for them, you are not just a doctor, you are a friend, you are the family.
Yeah. So yeah, we can see that there is.
Well,
What's that? Yeah.
let me show you here. Actually, the fourth affiliated hospital of Zhejiang University School of Medicine having a lot of high technology equipment right now, which is, we can say, really advanced. For example, this machine, this is what we call self-service machine. So the patients, some of them, maybe, when they're making appointment for the doctors, they don't even have to go and stand in queue. So you just come to this machine, which is the first one in China, I can say, that has the voice recognition. So you don't even have to touch the screen if you don't have to, or if you have some barriers, or for some old patients, they can also come here and just say, 你好,这是, and you see,
Yeah.
it's recognizing my voice. 你好,这是,我要挂号.我要挂号, you see? And then whatever you brought with you, the ID cards, it can recognize the Shabao card, the ID card. Even though if you did not bring any of your IDs, you can also use the 支付宝, the Weixin, and recognition the faces.
Yeah, I guess this is especially benefit for those, especially aged people, or are the ones who don't know the words and they can use the voice, right?
This self-service machine not only helping the old people, and it's also saving time for the whole process for people coming to the hospital.
Yeah.
So not all the people should have to stand in queues. They can also do these jobs and make their appointments in here. And not only that thing, they can even have these testing items that they are doing regular, especially for the chronic diseases patients who just want to come to the hospital and make some regular tests.
Yeah.
They don't really need to go to the doctor for the beginning.
Yeah.
They just have to come here and make the tests they need by this self-service machine, and even waiting for the results by the WeChat. So they will be sent to them by the WeChat account of the hospital, so they can check their results and then contact with the doctor and decide whether to come to the hospital or not.
Yeah, so they can do everything, mostly everything by themselves. And
let me show you, for example, if
Okay.
I want to 挂号, okay, and then okay, and then I will decide to use my 社保卡. See, this is my 社保卡. It's okay. Now you input your mobile number. That's my name. Yeah, and then okay. Right now I have already got my ticket for appointment. So by this function,
I guess it's within 10 seconds, right?
within few seconds you can solve the problems that you need for a long time to go and ask so many people. So for this we have integrated high technology even in this self-service machine, and we have a lot of them over here.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So what's next? We may go to that way.
Well, I have also something else to show you. We have not only have the ambulance car, high technology 5G thing, and the self-service machine. We even have the drones that we are using them now, connecting our hospital with those small community units, like the health units in the small communities, and who have like leak of labs or big labs like the hospitals, or who don't have like experts in the hospitals, and they need to search for medical service. So with those units, we cooperate with them. We send them the drones so they can send us the blood samples. They need to be checked, and by our hospital, we do the diagnosis, and we send them by drones also the medications to saving time and saving lives by this 5G drones high technology.
So later we will see the drones, right? So
Yeah, let's go and see the drones.
okay, so on the way to the drones, let me ask you some questions. You can share your experience when doing your work here, or communicate with different patients. What's the difference between the Chinese patients and foreign patients?
Well, as a doctor in China, there is special things about being a doctor in China, that you need to know the Chinese culture so that you can communicate with the Chinese patients. For the Chinese hospitals, I have been studying in China, I have been growing in China, I can say.
Since when?
Since like more than 20 years, when I started to study the medicine in Tianjin, and then I finished my MD, a doctorate degree at Zhejiang University School of Medicine. And then at the end, I decided not to go to Shanghai or Beijing or Guangzhou to work. I decided to come to Yiwu, this hospital. I felt like, feel like at home, because I find even my supervisor, my classmates in the School of Medicine of Zhejiang University, they're also working here. And in here, in this international city, more people will need me, and I can do much more jobs right here. Yeah,
So you have to know the culture.
that's right. It's very important for doctors, not just for, being high qualified. You have also to know how to communicate with patients.
Right.
And when mentioning communicating with patients, you need to know the culture, because once you know the culture, you will know what to do and how to talk with the Chinese patients specifically. I've been seeing a lot of Chinese patients. Some of them made friends with me, and some of them even we're saying that maybe this is just a Chinese doctor who looks like foreigner. This is one funny story. Well, I have a lot of stories here working in China as a doctor. Time is not enough to mention, but the most important thing, and made me like remembering so well, is how China's health system is growing and developing. Like before 20 years or before 17 years, when the SARS attacked China, I was in China. And I witnessed how Chinese people and the China's health system well managed and won the battle against the SARS. That's why when the COVID-19 came, I was confident about China winning this battle. And I told so many friends in China, foreigner friends, that you don't have to leave China. Just stay here, do as the prevention and control measures we saying to you. Just follow the instructions. You don't have to leave, because where you live here, maybe you will be in your country, and maybe there you will face problems. But staying in China and listen to our instructions will be the right choice for you. Let's see the drone.
Oh, it's very big.
It is. Well, this high technology thing we're using in our hospitals, like just we have seen the ambulance, the self-service machine, and right now we were talking about the drones. So our main purpose is, like integrating high technology into saving lives. So this is how it works. Sometimes because of the traffic, because of the way far from the hospital, people cannot reach, and we need to solve problems faster. So the drone can help us, like, bringing the samples from those small health units, and then we can send the medications by them.
Yeah. So as the technology develops, it's being practiced to different kind of fields, especially like medical care, and we can benefit from it, right?
Well said. That's why we are having this high technology right here in our fourth affiliated hospital of Zhejiang University School of Medicine.
Yeah.
I believe these advances, this advantage, maybe a lot of hospitals they don't have the same things. So we hopefully are doing our best. And this is the drones. We also even have a mobile city car that, like, we did not really introduce to you yet.
Ah, so you can introduce me later. So let me ask you some questions. As you mentioned, you've witnessed and participated in the China's fight against the SARS and the
Yeah,
COVID-19.
that's right.
So have you seen any like development, or how do you see China's efforts on the fight against those kind of virus?
Well, I guess by reaching this level and all this epidemic very well controlled in China, the tremendous success have been seen by the whole world. And there was a lot of questions behind this. Why China, with this huge population, can control the epidemic this well, but other countries like the Western countries cannot do that. So this brought us to a lot of questions and then so many answers. So as a doctor who've been growing here, I have seen and witnessed the development changing, the high technology, the investment, the huge investments that the authorities had made in the, developing the health system care. And beside that, the Chinese people also, they were well organized. They were also listening to the instructors. So these are like combined results of cooperating between the government with the best investments and the people.
And what's your role?
Well, my role was to tell the people here what they should do, how to stay at home, and making some videos. And then I was having this live broadcast with some foreign medias, for example, Al Jazeera, Al Arabiya. I was introducing the Chinese successful experience in fighting the battle, and winning the battle against the COVID-19.
So do you have faith on the China's development, especially on the public healthcare service and other?
Of course, I do.
Yeah. Okay. So as you mentioned about the mobile CT vehicle,
Yeah.
so could you please introduce it to the audience? How does it work?
Well, the mobile city vehicle is designed for those areas and districts in the city that they might need to have CT scan and do some tests. Actually, it's not just the CT inside. We have some other equipment inside. And that is a small hospital, like a mobile small hospital moving around the city and going to some places for specific patients who we say they don't really have to come to the hospital and they ask for this service. So we arrange with them. So we send that car, that vehicle. Inside there is a CT machine. So this is, I believe, is also a big advantage of the hospital. And that made, this time and the seeing doctors and seeing the hospital easier for them. But why? Because it's also integrating the high technology. All the parameters, all the numbers that we're getting from there, the data, it's high transmitted by the 5G technology again to the hospital. So all the records are, well registered in the hospital.
Yeah, I guess it's a future trend that many high-tech things will come to people's home, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we will benefit from it.
Right. That's
So
right.
yeah, okay. So today we followed Dr. Amar's step, and we experienced a lot of digital and cutting-edge medical care and healthcare service. So this is pretty much about today's show, and thanks for watching.
Stay healthy.